Time for our 360 round. We're taking a look at the Mag 7 mixed bag today, but they've rallied over 10% this past month as a group. For that, I want to bring in our panel. We've got Jim Worden, CIO, the Wealth Consulting Group, and Lisa Schreiber, investment analyst, Gradient Investments. All right, Jim, we know you've got rankings on the Mag 7, or I should use my colleague's term, Mag 7 Plus, because there's at least one that you say is not accounted for within this group. Mixed bag today in terms of their performance year to date. We've got some now with gains on the board, some still under pressure here. How do you rank these names?
Yeah, so we really like NVIDIA. Broadcom is not part of the original Mag 7, but by market cap that ranks number 6. We like that as a strong number 2, and then coming in after that, Microsoft, and then the other names. We like all of them. We hold all of them. We're just a little bit more convicted with some of these hardware names and what they're doing there, more so than probably Amazon and Apple, which have a little bit more risk exposure in terms of China and what's going on there. And some of them have a bigger play with AI than others.
Yeah,
well.
Yeah, certainly the case. Lisa, I'm curious to know, do you have some similar views to which you like the best? To Jim's point, look, Amazon and Apple still down year to date. Apple is among the worst. Apple and Google are the worst performers this year. Obviously, Google, we know, has some antitrust concerns that are swirling around it. In the group, Meta's the outperformer. NVIDIA has ticked slightly higher year to date. What names do you like from the Mag 7?
So I would say I start on the very top with Amazon. That was one of the names for me for 2025, and it keeps on giving. So it's still, I'm still high conviction on this name. Well diversified business. They had some issues with the cloud, but Microsoft had the same last quarter, right? And they resolved everything. So I think Amazon is in that camp now. So I still like that really much. I think Meta and Microsoft are other names that we rank very high, what we like within the Mag 7 names. I think on the bottom of the list, to Jim's point, is Apple for us as well. As he pointed out, continued China struggles, which was actually better than expected last quarter, but is still with us and probably continues for a while to go, as well as Tesla and Google are more on the bottom of the line. But I would say, to reiterate here, Amazon, Meta, and Microsoft, very high conviction there.
Okay, well, Apple is certainly working to diversify, but you make a great point about their tariff exposure and trade exposure when it comes to China. Jim, I'm curious to know where Tesla is on your list. Look, it is still down. It's actually, I mentioned Google and Apple, but Tesla is still the worst performer among the Mag 7 year to date, but it has made quite the recovery over this past month. Where does it fall on your list of rankings of the Mag 7?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we actually like Tesla. It's not in all of our models. It's certainly not for everyone, but some of our models, we do own it. I rank as number 4. I know the brand has suffered tremendously. We were starting to buy it. We were lucky, but we started buying it near the lows just because we had this very big drawdown. It's kind of hard to imagine that a stock could have that large of a drawdown, but when you zoom out, look at the long-term trend, it's actually still positive, knowing that they're rolling out robo-taxis, and we're going to have full self-driving, and what they're doing with robotics. Like, we think that there's a lot of good things that will come there. We think that most of the ugliness of the brand issues that will get better over time, now that Doge is kind of wounded down, and Elon can focus more on that. It's probably going to take years to truly recover, but we just feel like there's some windfalls there with what they're doing. We don't know exactly when that's going to be. They say it's going to be June, July. It will likely get pushed back, but we still like Tesla for that reason.
Okay, Lisa, I want to get a final thought from you, especially I'm curious to know your views on Meta, since among the group of Mag 7, it has been the strongest performer. I would think that the tariff exposure is not really there.
Absolutely. Like to your point, not really much tariff exposure. They're crushed their earnings, especially like it really came very surprising above expectations there. They have more than 3 billion daily active users. So they really have a lot of total addressable market when it comes to their AI ad, which is growing. Monetization is strong. They double down on AI. Full speed ahead was some of their commentary there. So we have high conviction from Meta that they keep on performing really well going ahead.
All right. That's Lisa Schreiber, investment analyst, Gradient Investments, and Jim Warden, CIO of the Wealth Consulting Group. Thank you both for joining us today.